102.7 Kiss FM. It's time for Ryan's Roses. If you think something's going on behind your back and you want peace of mind, that's what this is. So Haley in Granada Hills reaches out and she goes, I don't know if I'm being paranoid, but my husband came back from a work trip and I looked down and he had a pair of knee burns on his body.
Whoa.
Knee burns on his body. Now, you don't get knee burns on your body unless something has happened.
That's not true.
This to me.
Okay.
You normally get your knee burns, Tanya.
I mean, sometimes if I jump after Sunny, like, and my
knee burns,
my knees run
like
across
rug
the carpet.
burns on
Yeah.
the knees?
Yeah.
You get rug burns.
Yeah.
I don't get like knee burns, but I can understand like my knees almost like getting bruised from being on the ground so much with the kids and stuff.
I think if you were to get down on this floor and look at the exact spot and where the knees burned, this is a problem. That's what she's saying. This is a problem. The guy went on a work trip. He's not running around with his dog on his knees.
Oh, right. The work trip does throw it a little bit.
What does he do for work?
Well, that's why she's here. So she just doesn't know, am I being paranoid or is something going on? But he comes back with rug burns on his knees, knee burns. I don't know. Haley, good morning, and thank you for reaching out. So I agree with you. I don't think you're being paranoid. I think this is a real issue. I mean, to get rug burn on your knees, that's pretty intense.
What did he say? That like why they were there?
Well, he said he had a work trip in Vegas, and when he came home, he like had no actual reasoning for it. Like I noticed it, and he just goes, "Oh, that's so weird, huh? I have no idea." And then a few minutes later, he comes back and he goes, "Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. It was I had to pack my suitcase and I had to kneel down on the floor for a long time, and that's how I must have gotten it."
But kneeling down on the floor and rug burn are different actions.
It's true.
To a result.
Like the redness
100%.
would go away after an hour.
And were both knees equally as rug burned?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
I had rug
it was
burn
very
on your knees, guys?
noticeable.
It's painful.
No.
And to get there, it takes a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So it just didn't make sense to me at all. And I'm still trying to not be so paranoid about it. But, like I have just this history with like my dad cheated on my mom and I'm pregnant. And I just want to make sure that I'm not just being over emotional.
There it is. The history.
I don't think you're being paranoid. But we are going to make the
Okay.
call to your husband here. Can you hold on 1 second?
Yes,
How long have you been married?
2 years.
Hold tight. Ryan's Roses, the call. We're coming into that. He needs to get this Ryan's Roses call done. Here's what you should be thinking about. Haley's married 2 years. Her husband goes away on a work trip and he comes back with rug burn on both his knees. It's questionable.
It's not great. And what makes you such an expert on rug burns?
Just
Yeah.
rug burns? I mean, I've had rug burns
On the knee.
over the years.
Yeah, I feel like you're
specifically.
very aware of how
Well,
painful that is.
I've had rug burns. Haven't you had rug burns on your back before too? Like you get rug burns. They're painful.
No, haven't had that.
I think anybody that was, growing up camping like out in the athletic, out in the wild, you get a rug burn here and there. It's painful. And it stings too. You just don't. What I'm saying is, it takes a lot of friction to get a rug burn. It's not
Camping.
a bruise. He said it was pressing his knees while he was down packing. It's not. Like I do it all the time. I don't get rug burn.
Why do you do it all the time?
I pack my clothes. I have to travel a lot.
Oh, I thought you got rug burns on your
No,
knees
I
all the
pack my
time.
suitcase all the time down on my knees and on the floor. I don't get rug burn from it. I mean, I packed a lot of suitcases in my day.
Put it on a bench. It's bad on your back.
Haley, we're going to call him. I don't think he's being paranoid. Want to find out how he got the rug burns. He says it was because he was kneeling down packing his suitcase. I don't buy that a second. I just don't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
could you say, Ryan, you have my permission to call and then his name? Go ahead.
Ryan, you absolutely have my permission to call Jared.
So be very quiet. We are going to find out if he sends the roses to you or maybe he's thinking about someone else and that gives us the information we need. We don't know. So good luck and here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Jared?
Sure is.
Hi, my name is Rita. I'm calling from Paradise Arrangements. How you doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. We're actually an LA-based flower company, deliver all over LA, even parts of OC. We're offering a promotion today. If you're interested, it's a free dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like.
Oh,
They're absolutely free. I don't need cash from you, credit card info, or anything like that. We're just trying to promote our business. It's something we do about once a month, and you can send them to anybody that you'd like, and they can receive them by lunchtime today.
what's the catch?
Refers to friends and family. If you like our arrangements, come back as a customer one day, leave a Yelp review, any of those things.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You don't need a credit card, right?
Nope, I do not. We can start with the name of the person you want to send to.
All right, fine. So her name is Terry.
Okay. How do you say Terre?
No, Teri.
Teri. Okay. And what would you like to put on the card for Terry?
Let's do, so we make a great team.
We make a great team.
Jared, your voice is being on the radio. Can you tell us who Terry is and the team you're talking about? I got your wife, Haley, on the phone. This is the question that's on her mind. Thank you for staying on with us. Who is Terry?
You gotta be kidding me.
Your wife is on the line.
Yeah.
Terry is my supervisor.
And what else is Terry to you?
That's it.
That's it.
My
You're going to send
supervisor.
her roses? Terry roses will make a great team? Just supervisor? That's it?
Don't tell me what the hell's going on.
Yeah, well, look, I'm going to tell you what's going on. Haley is concerned. She thinks you're cheating on her. You come back from a Vegas work trip with rug burn on both knees. Takes a lot of friction to have rug burn.
What?
So were you with Terry?
No, Terry's like 60 years old. My wife knows that.
Well, who were you with in Las Vegas?
This is ridiculous. I've already discussed this with my wife.
That doesn't make any sense, Jared. It still doesn't make sense. Nobody thinks that your excuse is real. Nobody gets rug burned from packing a suitcase. It just doesn't happen. You're lying. And I just want to know what it is.
Okay. Listen. The real reason is that I got into a fight with Paul. That is the reason.
On your knees?
What? Paul, what?
Yeah.
Who's Paul?
Yeah, I said something I shouldn't have, and he shoved me as I was walking away, and I landed on my knees.
You landed on your knees and got rug burn from that?
Like what?
Yeah.
You weren't wearing pants or what? What? I did like that doesn't make any sense
They
to
were
me.
just really no. They were just really thin, and they ripped, and that was
Why
it.
didn't? Okay, if this was true, why didn't you just like say that? This still doesn't make sense to me. Why didn't you just tell me?
Because Paul is technically, I mean, he's above me, and I didn't want you to think I was putting my job at risk by, trash talking to him or mouthing off to him. So I just didn't say anything.
Okay, well then, what about where are those pants? I didn't see any ripped pants from like your trip coming back in the suitcase. Like, what happened to them?
Because I threw them out. I didn't even bring them home. Like what?
I don't. This is not adding up. This is still. You're actually just making me more upset because this is not.
Because you're paranoid. You're paranoid.
Oh my God.
But
You're
Haley,
gonna throw the
tell
paranoid
Jared
card.
why your mind goes to this and why you don't have security in your marriage.
Well, he should know. I've told him. Jared, my dad cheated on my mom. He left us. It has created like the biggest rift in our family. And you knew that I had a trust issue with this kind of stuff. And
I wouldn't
what
do
you're
that to
saying
you.
is,
You know that.
I don't know because you're lying to me right now. I can tell you're lying to me. This just isn't, that doesn't make sense how someone could push you and you fall and you get a rug burn. That still doesn't add up to me, Jared. I just don't know what else to say. Like, I don't trust.
I don't know how
I
else.
don't trust your answer.
I don't know how else to calm you or to make you feel more secure.
Well, if you would actually tell me what the truth is, Like, honestly, I don't even care if you are cheating on me. I just want to know. At this point, I'm just fed up with all the lying and everyone lying to me, and I really, really need someone to just tell me the truth. So can you please just tell me the truth?
That is the truth. I love you. I am not. Terry is 60 years old. I've been working with her for, 7 years now? There's no, that's not true. I'm not with Terry.
Are you with
Are you
anybody
with
else?
someone else?
No, I'm not with anybody else. I'm with you, Haley. I am with my wife, Haley.
All right.
That
Look,
is it.
Haley, we're going to let you go. I get it. It doesn't add up to me either. And you know your husband, if he's not telling the truth, you've got to continue to chip away at what's happening here, what he's covering up. And good luck to you, Haley. All right. A lot of observations on that one. We'll come back. Other thing with this Ryan's Roses this morning on Kiss. There's a fine line between thinking you're being paranoid and being onto something.
Yeah.
Like it's such a fine line. Because she thought she was being paranoid, but she wasn't. She was onto him lying. Follow this for a second. In your relationship, do you ever have that insecurity and then you start second guessing if your partner's being honest or faithful? And then you start thinking maybe you're being paranoid and reading into things too much. But then that paranoia may not be paranoia. It may be actually the fact something's going on. But do you trust yourself to think it's not paranoia? Do you follow your heart and try and investigate it? What do you do? Because we can create the narratives. We can be paranoid. It's a trap easy to fall into. I don't think Haley, who thought she might have been being paranoid, was being paranoid. Her husband is lying. So the dude goes away on a work trip. He comes back with rug burn on both knees. Lies at the first questioning from his wife. Says that he was down on his knee packing his suitcase and got the rug burn. Then we get him on for Ryan's Roses. He goes, okay, babe, I lied about that. Truth is, I got into a fight with Paul.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you just tell your wife?
I guess Paul's a manager at work. And they got into a physical fight. Like, first of all, we didn't even pursue that.
I know.
You get into a physical fight with somebody at work. It's your manager.
We said he mouthed off to him, and then Paul got mad and pushed him.
Then he dragged him across the casino?
Right.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You got rug burn on his knees, dude. Like, what's that?
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell your wife that.
So he's lying. I'm gonna tell you. I think he's cheating.
Oh wow.
He's lying. I think he's cheating. And she also, to her credit, good on Haley. She's like, dude, I know you're lying. Let me say that. She's like,
right. I can tell when you're lying.
I can tell you're lying. I can tell when you're lying. And she was right. He sounded like a liar. He sent the roses to Terry. We make a great team. Says that that's somebody that he works with, supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's Terry he's cheating with, but somebody. Like, you don't get rug burns on your knees.
And he technically lied 3 times because the first time she asked him, he said, I don't know, I have no idea. And then he came back and gave up the suitcase story.
Elizabeth, we're in a bubble here. We all are listening together. What'd you hear?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I just hear lie after lie after lie. Like, first, like you said, he was denying everything, had no idea what happened. Then he was on his knees packing a suitcase. Like, who does that? And then, like, getting in a fight, even if you were pushed onto your knees, like, you'd get rug burns if you were on your knees for a while, you know? I think he's absolutely sleeping with the boss, 60 years old or not, or maybe he's sleeping with the guy that supposedly pushed him to the ground.
Wow.
So let's just say Haley gets to the bottom of it. What does she do? Now what do you do?
I mean, she needs to figure out what she wants in life, and she honestly needs to go to therapy. If she has trust issues like this, she's clearly drawn to the wrong type of people. She definitely doesn't even need this stress. She's pregnant.
The trust issues are not going to go away.
No, she's got to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got those issues from, her parents.
Right.
Her dad.
Trauma.
All right. Well, that's called Ryan's Roses. Elizabeth, thank you very much for listening to it. Every single Monday, every single Thursday right here. Right. It's 102.7 Kiss FM. Let's get it. This is what time it is. Ryan's Roses. If you've been waiting for it this morning, the wait is over. I got to bring in Roxana from Southgate. So Roxana says that her husband started a business with a good friend of his, and it's not gone well. It's really not been successful. So they get into a fight, a disagreement. This had happened at her house. And on his way out, the friend looked at Roxana and said, Angela. Like, here's a clue.
Okay.
And like, you need to know about Angela.
Whoa.
Throwing her husband under the bus because they were arguing. Then the friend leaves. Of course, Roxana can't stop thinking about why'd he look at me and go, Angela. Like, check out Angela.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be worried about Angela. Roxana, am I making this up? I mean, that's basically what you're thinking, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much it. So, I mean, my husband and his friend started a power washing landscaping business. It hasn't been as successful as they'd hoped it would be. And the friend, his name's Lewis, he actually thinks that my husband is stealing from the business. So Lewis came over, confronted him. They got into a huge fight. Lewis said he wants out, and he stormed out the front door. You know, I was trying to play peacemaker, so I chased Lewis out. I was trying to get him to come back inside. But as he was getting in his car, he just looked me dead in the eye and said, Angela. And I was like, what? And he said, Angela, and kind of raised his eyebrows, and then he drove off. And I just...
Do you have any idea who Angela is?
No. I have never heard this name before in our circle, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. I just, the implication that I got is that my husband is having an affair with a woman named Angela, because I've never met an Angela. I don't know an Angela. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Roxana, this is why we are here to do this. This is exactly what we do. So, do you, this is me thinking, do you think your husband's stealing from the company? I mean, I'm just thinking about his character here.
I mean, I don't know. I do know this. When we first started dating, he told me that he'd been arrested before, but it was some kind of misunderstanding. And I believed him when he told me that, but now I'm kind of...
That didn't raise any red flags for you?
No, I really believed him at first, but, you know, with all this coming up now, I'm kind of questioning whether he was lying about that in the beginning, too.
We got everything we need. Hang tight. Let's get everything lined up in a row. We're in the middle of Ryan's Roses. This is Kiss FM. Now, we're calling Roxana's husband. So there's a lot to think about. If you just got here, let me give you some quick context so you know where we are on this call. We're trying to help her out. She thinks her husband may be cheating on her with a woman named Angela. How does she know that? Well, her husband is a business partner. Things aren't going well. Business partner comes over to the house. They get into an argument. And her husband's business partner accuses her husband of stealing money from the new business. He was also arrested at one point, she told us, before they got married. And that didn't raise a red flag. She went on. Now, on the way out of this argument, this dispute between the two business partners, one of which is her husband, after he's been accused of stealing from the company by, his name is Lewis, the friend. They're friends and business partners. Lewis walks by Roxana and says, Angela. Like, go find out more about Angela. As if he's cheating with somebody and it's Angela.
Right.
So we know more than we know many times going into this. And none of it sounds good. So Roxanne in Southgate, we're going to call him right now and see what we can find out. Let's see if he sends roses to you or Angela or anybody else. Just say, Ryan, you have my permission to call. And then his name. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call.
We're doing it right now. Be very quiet. Let me see what we can find out. This is what Ryan's Roses is really built for. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Daniel?
Hello.
Hi, Daniel. My name is Olivia. I'm calling from Southgate Blooms. How you doing this morning?
Fine. How can I help you?
Well, we're a floral design company, and we're offering a promotion. It's a free dozen red roses that you can send to anybody you'd like today. They're free.
I'm good,
I don't
you.
need cash. I don't need anything from you. You could just start with the name of the person you want to send them to and a note. They're free. I don't need any info from you, no credit card info or anything like that.
No credit card info.
None. Is there anybody you want to send flowers to? We can start with the name. Like I said, they're free.
Okay. Angela.
Great. Send them to Angela. And what would you like to put on the card?
Tell her I have a special surprise for you tomorrow.
Can you repeat that again?
Tell her I have a special surprise for you tomorrow.
Okay. I have a special surprise for you tomorrow.
Daniel,
Yes?
your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I have your wife, Roxana, on the line. It's the appropriate time to tell her why you sent red roses to Angela and what are you talking about in reference to a special surprise for Angela tomorrow.
Okay, I'm on the radio. Right. Yeah,
yes, and Roxana is on the line. She just listened to the whole call, so you can't deny it. What's going on with you and Angela?
There's nothing to deny.
Great. Well, then tell us.
Deny.
Then tell your wife.
She's a client. I'm sending her a coupon.
No, you're sending her red roses.
It's not a coupon, bro. It's red roses. And nobody talks like that to a client. You just were like, send her a special surprise.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
so
That's
suggestive.
Not what I would think is a client.
Okay. All right. You guys can believe whatever you'd like. It's been a client for a year.
But what's
Sending her
fine?
a
So
coupon
maybe
for
she's a
one
client.
landscaping
There's a front. There's a front. All right. So she's a client. What else is she?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What are you up to?
What am I up to? What do you think I'm up to?
Are you sleeping with Angela?
I'm not sleeping with Angela. I can't have
No.
somewhat of a relationship with a client that I've had for a long time. Like we can't be friendly.
It's very fishy,
make jokes.
Daniel. It's really fishy.
Somewhat of a relationship? What does that even mean? Lewis said that you're having an affair with Angela. He says you met her by landscaping. You visit her all the time.
Lewis and I, he's trying to destroy our marriage. Like he's using any weapon that he can possibly use. Why? There's no other reason he would say that.
Why didn't you send me a dozen roses then?
You don't even like flowers.
What?
Daniel, did you steal money from the company that you and Lewis have?
Wow.
Bro, I'm just asking the question because your wife told me, don't wow.
Are you and Lewis?
No, I don't know Lewis. I've never met Lewis before. I'm just asking the question because your wife said that he comes over and accuses you of stealing money from the company.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I ask?
Lewis is a lunatic.
But
Lewis
did you
is a
do
lunatic.
it? Why does he think you stole?
already have your mind made up. You guys clearly already have your mind made up.
We don't have our mind made up. We're
I don't
asking
even know why
questions.
we're
It's
having this
curiosity and
conversation in front of the
enthusiasm
world.
for the right answer. That's all it is. It's that equation. Curiosity and enthusiasm for the truth. And Daniel, why does he think you're stealing money?
And why are you getting so defensive?
Wow, so eloquently said. You guys have your mind made up.
Well, convince us
Believe whatever
otherwise.
you want.
You are such a... Who is Angela? Just tell us the truth.
I just told you she's a client.
And what else?
Client. What else?
She's nothing else.
All right.
Nothing else.
So, Roxana, we got to go.
We're friendly.
We got to go.
Friendly. There it is. You're
She's
getting
been
to
a
it.
client of mine for over a year, and
gotta go.
we're friendly.
Yeah,
After
she's-
that much time,
She's top of mind. You want to send red roses to her, and occasionally you probably sleep with her.
Well, that's not me, by the way, Daniel. That was Sissany. So don't yell at me.
I know, but you're very wound up too.
That's Tanya. She's there. All right, Daniel, Roxana, we have to go.
He's not denying it. Look, he didn't say anything after
know
I said
he's not
that.
denying it because he might be stealing. I don't know. He didn't like the question.
I didn't mention
And
the stealing thing. I just said you're probably occasionally sleeping with her, and he did not say anything after that.
He didn't, but he also said, you guys have all made your minds up already.
Why are you yelling
I know
at
you
us?
I'm not yelling.
You are
This isn't
so
yelling.
wound up.
Because he came at me.
I've never seen you this wound up
He
before.
came at me. Ryan's roses this morning. Who's that?
Are you good? Are you good? Actually, I should ask you if you're okay.
I'm great.
No, you're not.
I'm great.
You're
How
low.
am I not great?
You are wound up like a yo-yo, and you
I'm
just
wound up.
rolled.
I'm wound up because I was trying to ask the guy all the right questions to get to the bottom line, the answer. I think there are a lot of red flags. I think who knows? His business partner thinks he's stealing from the company, and his wife thinks he's cheating on him. So I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it in 3 minutes because we have 3 minutes to get there. It's not like I've got 2 hours in a podcast, so I got to push. And I was trying to push. And we
Still
don't.
so wound up.
I know.
No.
Again, we haven't said anything right now. This is all you. This is all you.
I mean, I could have used a little support and help, but no.
No,
Nobody asked any questions.
Are you kidding me? I asked the question. I basically told him he's sleeping with the other girl, and he didn't deny it.
Well, you can't tell him he's sleeping with the other girl. Well, you got to ask him.
The point of Ryan's Roses.
Well, you got to ask him.
No, remember
trying
we
to
can't
catch him.
judge. No judgment.
No judgment. I wasn't judging. I was trying to get to
doing
the
that
bottom.
tactic where you tell them
the interrogation tactics I watched on 2020.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So he didn't deny it.
By the way, Tanya, it's called curiosity with enthusiasm. That's what.
Yes, I heard you when you said it to him the first time.
He didn't like it.
He did not like it, no.
Well, it's Ryan's Roses. Let's come back and talk about it. I'm going to get to Ryan's Roses. So Roxana writes and says, hey, I think my husband, Daniel, is cheating with a woman named Angela because his business partner came over. They're friends. They got into a fight because his business partner thinks that my husband's stealing money from the new company. Into an argument, a fight. And on the way out, the business partner, the friend, says, Angela. Like, go check out Angela because he's messing around with Angela. Well, so what do? We do Ryan's Roses. And we get Daniel on the phone and he sends the flowers to Angela. And he says on the card, Angela. And he talks like this. I have a special surprise for you.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
That's such a good
He
impersonation.
didn't
That's what he
even
said.
write it in a note, too. He was like, tell her I have a special
Yeah, why
surprise
don't
for
you
her.
just send her the message?
Yeah.
Tell her. I was like, I'm writing this
But
down.
he did it in that voice.
Yes.
And then he said, what? Angela's a client. Now, come on.
Lies.
When was the last time you called Home Depot and said, this is how doers get more done? I mean, you don't.
Or send them red roses.
Right? Right. That's the thing.
But you hit the nail on the head. You're like, okay, he might be telling the truth. She might be a client, but what else is she?
And I asked him if he was stealing from the company.
That's when he really, woo.
Well, he turned on me. Well, that's fine. What I expect, the guy's going to want to go do a cycling class with me?
Probably not.
Charlene,
Yes.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I think this guy actually has a series of lies. I'm casting total judgment, not knowing the guy, but I think he's a serial liar. And I also
agree.
I also do think though that his business partner is motivated to ruin him a little bit. So we need to question the legitimacy of the business partner saying Angela, but I didn't think the guy was forthcoming. I didn't get a genuine, and this is only gut. I didn't get a genuine feeling that he was telling anybody the truth. If you heard it, if you didn't, it'll be on our podcast later today. But it's one worth hearing, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So, Charlene, what was your take in Northridge when this was all happening? There you are in Northridge. You're hearing it. What were you thinking? What would we miss?
I mean, honestly, I completely agree with you. It was like a gut instinct. Like the guy's whole entire vibe was off and like totally gave me the ick, like just the way he was talking and everything. And it just made me feel gross. And like, I actually don't think that Lewis has really an ulterior motive. I totally believe him. I think like if I were Roxana, I would get in touch with Lewis ASAP. I would go over to his house like immediately and get like all the details because, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I feel like if he's sleeping with one client, he's probably sleeping with all of them.
Wow. I didn't think of that.
Yikes.
All right. Well, Charlene, thank you for listening to it. We get a little tunnel vision on it sometimes because it's emotional, right? I always feel like I'm physically tired after Ryan's Roses. And I am.
Oh, yeah. It gets my heart pumping.
Actually am. And so sometimes, you know, a fresh perspective is appreciated. So, Charlene, thank you is what I'm saying. Have a great day. You have a good week, okay? Take care.
Thank you guys. You too.
Bye, Charlene.
Bye.
So that's what Ryan's Roses is. If you missed this one, I recommend you find it. It's going to be on our podcast, On Air with Ryan Seacrest, iHeartRadio. It's time for Ryan's Roses. This is a public service. If you think something's going on with somebody you're in a relationship with and you cannot get to the bottom of it, basically net you're losing sleep. That's where we come in. But as a last shot, like pursue everything else before you tap us. We like to call it a last resort. Alyssa is on the line in Pasadena. Alyssa, good morning. Thanks for coming on with us. So Alyssa, your story here, I want to share with everybody so we're aligned. It says your husband confessed to you that he made out with a coworker. When did he confess this to you?
Months ago now. And we went through a lot and we're in a better place now. But there was just a company party and I realized that she's pregnant. And now I'm worried.
Well, wait, he said he just kissed her, so I don't think that can happen.
Well, she's thinking that maybe he lied and there's something more that they did.
Right.
Does the timing align?
From what I can tell, yeah, that's the problem. That's why it's sort of started to make me so nervous.
How did he say they made out?
Well,
with their mouths? Like,
no, not that. I meant like, how were they out in a bar? How did it happen?
They apparently they were walking to their cars after work and they were talking by her car, and then she'd had to park farther away, so she gave him a ride to his car and they started kissing before he got out. And some coworkers walked by and they like noticed and stopped, which also bothers me. Like, what if no one had walked by? Anyway, a week later, he says he's racked with guilt and he had to tell me. And we thought about it for weeks and I couldn't even look at him. And we went to couples counseling and things seem to be better now. And we seem to be on the other side of it, which is kind of miraculous. But I picked him up from, this party and people were outside and I saw her leaving and she's definitely pregnant and the timeline works because it was like 5 months ago.
All right. Hold on one second. We understand. Let us get into that and find out what we can. I don't know what we'll be able to find out, but let's see what we can do. Ryan's Roses will make the call to her husband next. Jumping right into this, well, we've got Alyssa here. We kind of explained everything a moment ago. If you just joined us, the quick is her husband confessed he made out with a coworker. Then they go to the holiday party and she's pregnant, the same woman. Now she thinks more happened than that because the timing does sort of, I guess, align, time out. So, Alyssa, we're going to call your husband. What is this coworker's name?
Lauren.
Let's see who he's thinking about. Who is he going to send the roses to? Sissany, go ahead and do your thing. And Alyssa, you say, Ryan, you have my permission to call and then his name.
Ryan, you have my permission to call. His name is...
All right, we're going to do it right now. Be very, very quiet. Sisney's going to offer him some roses, and let's find out who he wants to send them to. Is it you, Alyssa? Or is it this coworker, Lauren? And then we'll go from there.
Hello?
Hi, is this Danny?
Yeah.
Hi there, my name is Nicole. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for picking up. I'm calling from the Pretty Petal in Pasadena. We deliver here locally and throughout LA, and we're offering a free promotion today. It's free dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like.
I'm sorry, you lost me. Free roses?
Correct. It's a promotion we do about once a month. It's a dozen. They are red. You can send them to anybody today. I just need the name of the person and a note, and they're free. I don't need cash from you. I don't need your credit card. I don't need anything like that.
Huh. Yeah. Wow, sure. Send them to my wife.
What's your wife's name?
Alyssa.
And what would you like to put on the card?
How about thank you for fighting for us.
Thank you for
We're
fighting
not
for us.
perfect,
Okay.
but we're worth it.
Thank you.
Danny, I'm sorry to interrupt this emotion for a second, but I can't go any further. I have your wife, Alyssa, on the line, and my name is Ryan. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. People are hearing this. So if you don't want that to happen, you need to hang up. But meanwhile, Alyssa, your wife is on the line, and she reached out to us because she wanted to know more about this coworker. I understand you've been through it. You guys have worked it out to a degree, and you told her that you kissed a coworker. We know that. And then she saw your coworker who's pregnant at a holiday party, and she's not quite sure she believes what you told her. How can you give her the assurance that nothing else happened? Because right now she doubts the truth.
So, I'm sorry. Yeah, we've been through a lot through the last 6 months, but I thought we were doing a lot better.
I know,
I
but
only made out with Lauren.
you were until she started second guessing what you told her. And so she thinks that maybe you did more than just kiss this coworker. How can you fix this? What can you tell her? She's here. She's listening. She's on the phone.
Listen, I only made out with Lauren. My wife knows all about this.
But was there anything else that
How do you know
happened?
you're not lying?
Babe, I'm not. I have not lied to you through this whole process. I told you everything immediately.
There's nothing else that happened.
No.
Okay, what about this,
Whose
Danny?
baby is that?
Can
I don't know.
But Alyssa, can you ask that question to Lauren? Can you ask her? Can you talk to her? Because hearing it from her solves the problem.
Yeah.
Look, I have no idea.
But Danny, I'm not
this is
asking you. I'm asking Alyssa. Can you get to Lauren to ask her, and she can give you the peace of mind you need? If it's not Danny, as he says, it's all good. By the way, Danny should be fine with this. You actually should invite this to happen.
Yeah,
That's what you want.
That's fine. But I'm sorry. I'm just very caught off guard by all
I
this.
understand
thought
that.
Yeah.
That's why we're trying to make it easy for you. Danny, you should get Alyssa on the line or in person with Lauren and let everybody talk together. That's going to give you the answer. And if Danny's telling the truth, there should be no issue. It
Right.
should happen
And
fast,
then you can
we
move on.
Then we definitely move on. But in
I-
my mind, that's the solution.
I'm fine with that. I don't talk to Lauren. We don't even work closely. It
These are
was one.
semantics. This is not, you're going to have to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
otherwise your wife is going to not believe you, and that's more problems.
Right.
All right, we're going to let you go. I think there's a team effort here to find the solution and the result. I think it's peace of mind that your wife wants. Alyssa, do you feel good about this plan?
I don't know.
Okay.
What's the alternative in your mind?
I want to be able to believe him again.
That's how you do. That's what I would do.
That's what I would do too.
Listen, I'm
Yeah,
fine
well-
with that.
We'll talk about it.
I wasn't expecting this at all, and I didn't expect
Neither
this
was
to
your
get
wife.
back up again. But listen, I know, Alyssa, listen. I'm a lot of things. I'm not a liar. Okay, I made a mistake. I will spend the rest of my life trying to make that mistake up to you. So if that means that you and I and Lauren sit down together and find out who the father of this child is, okay, fine. It's going to be really weird, but I'll do it. If that's going to make you feel better, I'll do it. But it's been 6 months, and I honestly felt like this made us stronger. So this is just
By the way, this
very destabilizing.
This might do it. We need to move on, let you guys go, but we wish you the best of luck, and I hope you get to the bottom of it, and I think you have a path to do it, and sorry that we ended up here. But thank you, Danny, for your honesty, we hope, and your transparency, and good luck to you, Alyssa. What the only... Look, you want to
That
solve
was a
the
very
problem?
heartfelt speech from a cheater.
You want to solve the problem, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's Ryan's Roses. Let's kiss. So this is a big one here. 102.7 Kiss FM. It's Ryan's Roses, and it's time. Leslie thinks that her husband is cheating on her with one of their daughter's friends.
Whoa.
Leslie, good morning, and
How
thanks for
old
coming
is their
on.
daughter?
Hi.
Tanya wants to know how old your daughter is, or her friend is.
So, my daughter's, I have two. My oldest is 21.
So you think your husband's having an affair with a 21-year-old?
I mean, I don't know if it's an affair or like it's just inappropriate. I don't know. I'm just freaking out.
I would be freaking out too. What makes you feel? Why are you feeling this way? Because it's a very specific feeling you've got.
I mean, I don't know. So, well, first of all, like, she's my daughter's best friend, and after graduation, my daughter went to UCSD. Olivia's right here at Irvine, but she's always been flirty with my husband, but. Like girls go through that, and it's weird.
So
but
she's
it's
been
fine,
flirting. This young girl's been flirty with your husband.
That's weird already.
I feel like I think that's strange. So And how does does he reciprocate?
No. He always acted like it was weird. We laughed about it.
Okay, and now it's changed.
I see this text, and it says LOL or whatever. And I tried to see on his phone if he'd said something to her, but I can't get into the phone. I don't know the password.
Okay.
So they're texting. That's already kind of weird.
I think this is line crossing already. So to the extent that something's weird and going on, yes. If they're texting, it's your daughter's friend, and you just want to know what else.
Well, and so I went on her Instagram because and she posted a picture. Sorry. She posted a picture from Palm Springs a couple of weekends ago, and my husband was in Palm Springs that weekend.
Doing what?
Yeah.
It was like golfing, and it was for business. And oh no, I'm freaking
you're
out.
spiraling. I get it. That's a lot.
I understand. All right, hold on 1 second. We'll come back and make the call to her husband next. Kiss FM, Ryan's Roses. Kiss, we're in the middle of Ryan's Roses if you just got here. Here's the scenario. Leslie thinks that her husband's having an affair with one of her daughter's friends who's 21. They text each other. It's like, they already text each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, Leslie, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call and then your husband's name. Go ahead.
You have my permission to call.
We're going to do that now. And what's this friend of your daughter's name that you think he's having an affair with?
Olivia.
And you said that they were in Palm Springs at the same time. You saw on her Instagram. He was there, she was there, and you were not there. It sounds like this is going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Right. Here we go. Be very quiet. Hang in there. Let's see if we can find out. Good luck.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hello?
Hi, is this Manny?
Yeah, this is Manny.
Hi, Manny. My name is Amber. I'm calling from Mission Viejo Flowers. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Great. Thank you for asking. Actually, we deliver here locally, and we're offering a free promotion today. It is free. I don't need any cash from you or anything like that, and it's a free dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like.
A free dozen red roses?
Correct. We're just trying to promote our business, and we ask that if you're pleased with our arrangements, that maybe you refer us to friends and family, or you come back as a customer one day. This is a promotion that we do about once a month, and you've been selected. So is there anybody that you want to send free roses to?
There's a girl named Sammy. You guys deliver all the way to USC San Diego?
Yeah, we can deliver.
You can?
We can deliver down there.
All right.
What's her name?
Yeah. Her name's Sammy. I've got to get her address. Hang on just a second.
No, let's do the note first, and then we can do the address later. What do you want to put on the card?
You got this. This is your day. Yeah.
Okay. And then how do you want me to sign it?
Love, Manny.
Love Manny.
Your wife Leslie's on the phone. My name is Ryan. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I've got Tanya and Sissany with me, and your wife Leslie's on the line. Can you tell us who Sammy is to you?
Oh, God. Really?
Who's Sammy?
Sammy's just a friend.
You have a friend at UC San Diego that you're sending red roses to? You got this as your date. Love Manny. That's a friend?
Yeah. Well, come on. Yep.
Well, you come on, Leslie. That's not Olivia. So Sammy's a different person, Leslie?
I saw you texting each other.
This is not
Sammy or Olivia?
I thought he was texting Olivia.
So, Manny, what's going on? I mean, what's going on with you and Sammy?
Who's Sammy?
This is not something we should be talking about on the radio, right?
Well, do you think we woke up this morning wanting to have this conversation? No?
No.
So what's the deal? Are you cheating on your wife with Sammy or Olivia or anybody?
No.
Well,
No,
okay.
of course.
You know what? Honestly, Leslie, I'm going to let you work this out, but you thought it was another woman. He's now sending flowers to Sammy at UC San Diego. All of it's uncomfortable and all of it's not good. And to what extent, how far does it go? I don't know, Leslie, but you need to get into this with Manny, and we wish you the best of luck. 102.7 Kiss FM. I don't even want to ask the question.
That wasn't their daughter, right?
No, it wasn't their daughter. So, if there's anything going on, you need peace of mind in your relationship, send us the story at ryan@kissfm.com for Ryan's Roses. And we do those on Mondays and Thursdays. But bottom line, Leslie married to Manny. They've got a daughter in college. She thinks he's having an affair with one of their friends named Olivia. He ends up sending the roses to a different girl named Sammy who goes to UCSD.
Mm-hmm.
And he says to Sammy, you got this. This is your day. Love Manny.
Love.
Remember, they got a daughter the same age.
Yeah. And also goes to that same college.
That's so weird. I couldn't even ask the question. I didn't want to find out more.
No. Yeah.
I didn't want to find out more. I mean, the guy's he's doing too much already. And to what extent?
They need to work it out. She got the info she needs.
Well,
there you go.
So, but by the way, remember when she said, my daughter's friend used to flirt with my husband when she was over?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't you call that flag out there then?
Yeah.
1-800-520-1027 at Kiss FM. So if he sends I love you roses to someone going to UCSD where their daughter goes, he's cheating.
For sure.
I mean, we don't need to know. I don't want to know what else is going on.
Period.
It's a beautiful school, though. UC San Diego.
Gorgeous school.
Good morning. Thanks for listening to Ryan's Roses. So go ahead. What did you take away from it?
I'm trying to piece this together because I feel like this sounds like a whole other woman. Like maybe it's a different friend since it's not Olivia.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So there's like two other women in the mix here.
Yeah, but I was thinking Sammy was maybe his daughter, but like I guess not because you wouldn't say love Manny.
That's why I wanted to know how he was going to sign the note.
Yeah, and it's not the daughter because Leslie would have told us that.
Yeah. So I guess is he interested in multiple of his daughter's friends? Like he sounds like such a scumbag.
Agreed. And this is why we stopped the call. Thank you for listening to us.